All right, I'm back with another fixed blade. I know, not really my genre. I'm trying to adapt the fixed blade thing. So this comes to us from Rugged Mountain Blades, Gene up in Utah. I told the story about him before in my last Rugged Mountain Blades video, but basically I met him at Blade Show West and he gave me 3 knives to check out and film that, when I'm done, I'll ship back, that whole deal. So this is more of your karambit style fighting knife. This is the KP, standing for King's Peak, which is the tallest mountain in Utah. I didn't know, but now you do. And a lot of his knives, I think most are named after mountain peaks and mountain ranges there in Utah. This one is cool. You do carry it with the handle forward. Well, that's how it's designed and intended. You can carry it however the hell you want to carry it. Okay? But so you would carry this either strong side or weak side, however you like, so that when you grab it, you just are kind of reaching back behind your hip, grabbing like this, and pulling out for any freaking knife fighting. Ninja warp it, ninja, whatever, right? Okay, I can't even really say that all with a straight face because I'm not a ninja fighter. However, this is not just for fighting. So it's in a karambit style, but in a more useful EDC blade shape. So yes, if you were trained and whatnot, you could absolutely use this as a fighting tool. Okay? This will cut, stab, gouge, like all of those good things, right? So absolutely you could use it like that. However, if you're just a normal human being and you don't want to get in a fight like me, or if I'm going to get in a fight, I'd like it to be at a little bit more distance than I would get with a knife, if you know what I mean. So if you want just a really cool fixed blade, this works great for normal daily tasks. I used it to cut up some cardboard and it works fantastic for that. This is a useful tool. Gene actually carries one of these. He still has the very first one he made and he still carries it from time to time. It's not his daily carry or anything like that, but I could see a lot of uses for this if you're more into fixed blade stuff. It might be more useful than just carrying just a giant normal fixed blade. I'll let you guys decide that. But let's take a close-up look at this thing. I really like the quality and craftsmanship of this. It is in W2 blade steel, which is awesome. And I love this hamon. And if you're not familiar with the hamon, this is not just a look thing. It means that this part down here is hardened. And this part up here, where you see the different coloring, is not hardened. So it can take some bending or, some lateral type torque and stuff like that without cracking the blade. It just makes it more durable. It's a real common technique. And it just looks cool. Like on my Vandermeulen Blade Works Double Homicide. Now this is a crazy looking hamon. And you can get the hamon pattern, maybe not exactly like you want, but you can kind of control this because a very typical way to do it is to put clay up here so it doesn't get as hot. And you can kind of shape that clay in whatever kind of pattern you like or not. So I think it's a cool process. Okay. So then we go on to, we've got some dyed mango wood, ebony with carbon fiber spacers, and with a carbon fiber spacer and micarta pins and blue spacers, if you will. I think it looks really cool. It came out really well. The ring back here is actually generous size. I can fit my thumb all the way through, no problem. It's just under an inch, 0.95 for the ring. Okay. You can do like skull crusher, glass breaker, whatever you want to call it there on the edge. All in all, it's just done really well and it fits really good in the hand. And you don't need to put your finger through the ring if you don't want. You can hold it just like this, and it's just as comfortable. Maybe more comfortable than this. It just depends on your hand and how you're holding it, what you're going to do with it. So kind of cool. All right, let me get my finger out of there, and we'll talk about the specs. It's 7.5 inches overall, 3.9 from the tip of the scale to the tip, and you get 3 inches of cutting edge. Blade steel is W2. Like I said, it weighs in at 3.8 ounces by itself, or as a total package, 6.9. This is a Tech-Lock type of belt clip, if you will. Tech-Lock makes a little bit different version. This is just a different brand. And it's adjustable. These are cool because they are adjustable. If you're wearing a thicker belt, you can take this out altogether, and this will fit this whole space. And you can really customize it to whatever belt you are wearing at the time. If you're wearing like a little dress belt, you can adjust it so that this clamps around and it's not going to wobble on your belt. So that is a cool thing with this Tech-Lock style belt clips, is these are usually always adjustable to get the right fit on your belt so that it doesn't move while you're moving and working and walking. When you grab it, it's always in the same spot. If you carry a firearm at all, you understand you want it in the same exact spot all the time. You don't want it shifting around. That's what the Tech-Lock's for on these types of knives. Okay? And you have multiple anchor points here that are uniformly spaced. So if you want it angled more or less on your belt, you can use the different holes to kind of tweak that and adjust it to your body style. I think it's super cool. Do I need it? Do I want one? Hey, I own fixed blades that I neither need nor are practical in my life, like this one from Jim Skelton. It glows in the dark. I had to buy it. Like, that's just all there is to it. So, is this practical? No. In my life, no. And it comes with a nice leather sheath that runs horizontal. And you just kind of draw it like this, and away you go. So I do own a lot of knives that are not necessarily practical. And the double homicide is one in point. That's not super practical, but super cool, super awesome. And I sold it once. I bought it back. And I'm not going to say I'm never going to sell it. But, it's not on the list to sell, if that means anything. So here this is next to a Sharpie and next to a Spyderco Delica. I think they're cool. I think Gene is just a down-to-earth good guy. And I am sure if you had a design or you wanted certain materials with this knife or any of the knives that I'm going to show, I did show one already. I'll put a link to that up in the corner. If you had a specific blade steel that you wanted to use or handle material or look and feel, he's an approachable guy that you could just reach out to and be like, look, I really liked this knife, but could you do it in a Damascus? Could you do it in a Sanmai? Could you do it in Baker Forge copper Damascus or Gomai? Like, could you do it in that types of materials? And he'd be like, sure. Like, I can buy it. The price is going to go up when you get into the more exotic materials. But he seems like the guy that would be totally open to working with materials that of your choice, choosing. Your choice, you're choosing. You want all carbon fiber, all micarta, all Damascus. Like, I think he'd work with you. The price would be what it is. And I don't even know what this cost off the top of my head. I don't talk about pricing a lot. You guys know that. But he's approachable enough that if you wanted something special or you had a billet of material that you wanted him to use, he may be open to that. I can't speak for him, but he's a cool dude. So if you're interested, reach out. I'll put links to his Instagram and stuff down below. And let me know what you think. I think it's cool. I don't necessarily have a use for it or a need for it, but you might. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks, guys.